A good education can land you a good job, and that can lead to dreams fulfilled. We all want that for all of our kids, but what if that is being interrupted for your child or someone you care about because of fear?
Not the fear of failure, but the fear of actually stepping into a school. WFMZ's Chandy Laurie has been looking into the bullying issue at schools in our area. She begins her series now, Scared at School, What Parents Need to Know. Chandy.
Some kids feel like they would rather kill themselves than go to class. They don't know where to turn or where to go because someone is tormenting them so much, they decide the only way out is to die. That just happened to a young student in our area because of bullying. And we've been hearing about the issue for years. But when I heard this young child lost his or her life because of it, I had to do something to help children and to help their parents. So tonight and tomorrow, we're going to do just that. You'll hear the victims' stories, why bullies target other kids, and we'll give parents all the information they need to know so another child won't feel like death is the answer and they won't be scared at school.
I'm not quite sure.
Confusion, pain, frustration.
Makes people depressed, makes people want to die.
Anthea Velez's mother, Cynthia, wants to stop her daughter from being tormented by bullies.
Upset me very much. Like very, very, very angry and made me cry because I knew what it was to be bullied as a child.
And she knows all too well where the constant torture can lead. She's known several people who committed suicide because of bullying. And when she was the same age as Anthea, she tried to kill herself for that very reason.
At 16, I found a bunch of my mom's pills, and I took them.
Cynthia carried the effects of bullying into her adult life and tried to commit suicide again. That's her past. Now her future is to make sure her children never feel that pain. Cynthia worries for Anthea more than the rest of her kids. Anthea says she has been bullied for years, but since she decided to let the world know she's transgender, things have gotten a lot worse.
You don't want to come out when everybody's bullying you because they think you're gay. Imagine if you're transgender, you know.
Parents need to educate their kids. They're still human beings. They still have feelings.
Anthea says just because she's different doesn't mean she deserves to be punched or fear for her life. So she focuses on strength and empowerment to overcome the negativity. And she wants other kids to know if she can do it, they can too.
Love yourself. Know that you are good, like you're great. Bigger things are coming for you.
Wow, Debbie Stoner is a licensed professional counselor for kids and says that's exactly what she teaches children to combat bullying. Personal power is key.
And that's they can control their thoughts, their feelings, and their behaviors.
Once children learn that, they feel good about themselves and understand it's the bully with the insecurity problems. She says the mentality of a bully is to get to them before they get to me. Stoner treats a little girl who picks on other kids.
So that anxiety from being a little bit different and from worrying about not being as good causes her to cope by striking out, by being aggressive, by putting someone else down so she can feel a little bit taller and more powerful.
She says when the child knows the bully feels this way, they don't take their actions personally anymore. This technique worked for 13-year-old Marshall Figueroa.
They stopped bothering me.
Marshall was scared when several girls at school were relentlessly attacking him and threatening to have their brothers beat him up.
She put her hands on me, and the other one threatened me, and she filled my lunchbox up with water and threw it at me.
So he told his parents. His mom, Ray Gonzalez, felt helpless and furious and went to the school until something was done.
When is enough enough? My son is getting physically harmed. He's getting mentally harmed. When are you going to step in and say, all right, this is enough? Are you going to wait till he kills himself? Because that's what kids are doing these days.
The school took action, and Ray set up her own plan and advice for her son as a backup to fix the situation. But this didn't happen overnight for Ray. She didn't know what to do when her son was being bullied, and she said at one time she felt like the school was not doing enough to help. So tomorrow we'll show you one school district that has taken a huge effort to stop bullying. Plus, we'll tell parents exactly what you need to do if this happens to your child, from holding schools accountable to taking legal action
Tonight we tackle bullying head-on as we continue our two-part series, Scared at School, What Parents Need to Know. With cyberbullying, kids can't get away from their attackers because the internet makes it possible for them to be picked on any day of the week at any time.
It's upsetting for both children and parents. But did you know cyberbullying can lead to a child being arrested? WFMZ's Chandy Laurie is here with help for parents on what to do if their child is scared at school.
Since the story aired, I've been getting a lot of emails. Some are from people in charge of anti-bullying programs wanting to help. Others are from parents sharing with me what their kids have been going through because of bullying. I have one right here in my hand that's 2 pages long. Some parents are really frustrated that their child is feeling pain and they aren't sure what to do next. So I did some research and will answer many of those questions. A mother's cry for help.
I was lost. It was so bad, and as parents, we're frustrated.
Ray Gonzalez's son Marshall was getting bullied at school.
I mean, I was scared.
Marshall did the right thing by telling his parents. His mother went to the school and made sure action was taken against the kids who had been tormenting her son. She gave him some personal advice as well. The bullying stopped.
I'm just glad that he's strong enough, that he moved past it. But how many kids aren't strong enough? How many kids don't have that support?
Counselors say when kids know someone is there for them, they'll tell someone. But adults have to take the correct steps in order to solve the problem. Figuring out what to do could be a problem all on its own.
You know, I didn't know what to do. Do I call the cops? What do I do?
You actually can get the police involved, but professionals say don't start there. Start with contacting the school. Set up a meeting with the principal. Brush up on school policies and make sure the school is enforcing the rules. But parents, don't expect the school to tell you everything. Remember, school officials have to obey privacy laws. If your child happens to be the bully, officials say parents need to make their child take responsibility for their actions. And keep in mind, bullies act out for a reason. They may not know how to deal with a personal problem. Counselors say you want to encourage the child being bullied to stand strong, but don't tell your kids to be violent.
We were seeing a lot of kids whose parents were telling them that they should hit back. And then those kids were getting arrested in school for hitting their bullies.
The last resort for severe bullying is to file criminal charges. Cyberbullying is popular, but with social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, documenting cyber harassment is much easier than documenting just harassment. The state of Pennsylvania has made cyber harassment of a child a third-degree misdemeanor. It's defined as making malicious statements about a child's physical characteristics, sexuality, sexual activity, or mental or physical health. It can be made electronically, either directly to the child or through a social media site. Any juvenile guilty of the crime is offered the opportunity to take part in the Impact Project or Community Justice Panel program. It diverts some juveniles out of the court system. If they finish the program that helps correct negative issues in their lives, it's like the arrests never happened. If they don't complete it, they go to court.
I'm strong, I'm brave, and
but many school districts have anti-bullying initiatives like the Parkland School District, so things don't need to escalate to that point. Orfield and Springhouse Middle School students gathered to take a stand against bullying.
Cheerleaders were there and they had signs and they did the wave and we were just doing great chants about anti-bullying.
Michelle Minotti is the principal of Springhouse Middle School. She says their anti-bullying program has helped to resolve the issue. Teachers and students meet about once a month to chat about ways to stop bullying, and kids talk about their feelings. The system also focuses on teamwork and dedication.
When teachers see bullying, or if a kid comes up at any point and trusts a teacher and says, hey, I just witnessed bullying, the teacher documents it.
They also learn how to help those in need and take a stand.
I found my voice today, and I won't be the same.
The district's school psychologist, Matthew Carlson, says another way parents can build self-esteem for their kids is to encourage them to join a group and hang out with kids with similar interests. Back to you.